Welcome back, everybody, to the NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by Alpha Campaign, uriding.com, 662 Mob, and Like Bodyboarding. This is Manny V with Nick Mesritz, a.k.a. Mez, bodyboard shaper to the world. But this is it. We are in round number 4, a non-elimination round. Out in the water currently is heat number 3 in round number 4. And we're just giving an update on who's out there right now. Looks like Ryan Hardy will be wearing the green jersey. Elliot Morales from the Canary Islands holding it down will be wearing the orange jersey. Sasha Specker, he is in white. And Dave Winchester, your world title contender,
a.k.a. Fabio.
in red.
A.k.a. Fabio.
I know, yes.
What's doing with that hair?
Well, he's one of the few guys with long hair who puts it in a ponytail before his heat.
Samurai style, yeah.
Yeah, samurai style. So look at that heat. Super stacked. Ryan Hardy, legend, very clean lines, knows what he's doing on each and every wave, knows how to get the most out of it. Elliot Morales, this is pretty much his backyard. El Fronton, big, is where he feels most comfortable. Sasha Specker, he's been on a roll. He's come to us from the trials, and he also has secured his spot in the 2013 Grand Slam Series. Dave Winchester, again, world title contender. Essentially, he has to make the final.
Make the final, yeah.
To walk away with this gigantic world title trophy.
It's rather large, Manny. It's right next to us here, and it's a good, 3 foot.
It's massive.
It reminds me of those old school karate trophies you used to win when you were a kid. Well, the BMX ones, like bigger than you are. So
exactly.
It's a big trophy, and
well, I mean, you need to go big in pretty much the entire tour to walk away with this giant trophy.
Yep, and it's down to 2 guys. Jeff Hubbard, who just blitzed that heat, the first one there. And the scores, they were just up before, but he was 18 point something or other. He was way ahead.
Way ahead.
And then Yuri. Is it Yuri?
Yuri.
No, Yuri Veladal. No, yep. Okay, nothing's in front of me, so please excuse me.
Yuri Veladal, yeah.
Yep, that was it, yeah. And Nick Omerod win 3rd, and Sam Bennett 4th. But I saw a great wave from Nick Omerod scooping into the pit and just threading the barrel. That was a sick wave.
No, that was a high-scoring heat for sure. All the riders were dominating. But now, what's going to happen in this heat? Is Mother Nature going to deliver the goods like it did in the last heat, or will she slow down? It looks like there could be something coming in out the back, and that is Ryan Hardy in green taking a look at this right.
Ryan pulls in here. Nice ARS.
Oh, nice.
Kenny, he gets pinched.
Looks like he's dug his tail on the landing on that maneuver, but look at this left-hander coming at you. It is Sasha Specker on the left. Big bottom turn. Goes for, I believe, an ARS, but gets caught up as well. I think the wind is adding a little bit more texture, making it a little bit more bumpy out there, and the riders have a lot more. They need to hold their edge a little bit longer to make sure their line is perfect when they go for these lip maneuvers.
Well, the left-hander hasn't been doing it this contest so far, and it's not been a good option. It may look enticing to the boys, but it hasn't produced the goods. So
you're right.
Once again, we see that with Sasha Specker, not really cooperating with what he wanted to do, and it won't score that high for him. But he's on the board, and then we still have Dave Winchester and Elliot Morales yet to catch a wave. It's like they're having a chat out the back there. Discussing the news, the weather.
Look at this. Something may be popping, coming in. So far, only a couple waves have been ridden. Dave Winchester taking a look. Look at this right-hander forming up for Dave. Up and riding. Nice, clean bottom turn. Nice, clean roll right there. Playing the conservative card on that one. He is going to call it a wave after that quick little spin. So a nice, clean, medium-sized maneuver, medium-sized wave. Sasha Specker taking a look, but opts not to go. So again, thank you all for tuning in to the NMD versus Fronton Pro. Juan, we know you're watching from Argentina. Mar de Plata. Nicholas is tuned in from London, where it's a -5 degrees. Holy mackerel. Get out of there. Johnny Bridges is having dinner in Hong Kong, wishing he could be watching. So how does he know to sign in? Either way. Lawrence is also talking it up. Hildor, Marcos, Clay, Matthias, Wesley, everybody, thank you all for tuning in.
So, Mark, he must be at dinner, so he can't switch on his iPhone and watch the footage. So, is that right?
Probably.
Having some dim sum down there in Wan Chai.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is round number 4, heat number 3, currently out in the water, a non-elimination round. Third and fourth go to round 5, second round 6, first jumps all the way to the quarterfinals. Talking about, you know, being rewarded. Round number 4, you can go straight to the quarterfinals if you win this heat.
Well, Jeff Hubbard did it in Puerto Rico, and he's doing it again here in Fronton. He just 2 heats today, blitz both of them, and off he goes. He's take his weddy off, go home, have a shower, eat some food, job done. So
easy money.
Yeah, and it just puts it out there to Winnie, like, mate, I'm already through. You got to come and catch me. So I think Winnie's up for it. He jumps into the lead with a 4.88 for that first wave, and it's important that Dave does get that, that armchair ride straight through the quarterfinal. It'll be a massive difference to him to the next round, which is an elimination round.
Oof.
Ryan Hardy, as we know, he is fighting for his top 16 berth for next year's tour. As Dave Winchester looks at this one, takes off and kicks out. Yeah, when Jake Stone unfortunately went out in that last round, so I had a word to Jake. Not very happy, but he's focused for next year.
Sasha Specker up and riding. Nice, clean bottom turn inside the barrel. Really covered up with a lot of sections just crumbling down on him, and obviously taking its toll and not making it out of that barrel. Sasha Specker in the white jersey.
I thought he was out of that one. Like, I thought he could come through that one, just drive through it. But in that last heat, you saw the boys holding a slightly higher line. That wave of Nick Omerod's, you could see his head just going through, and I think he had a light color rashy on. He just drove through it and popped out the top, whereas on that wave, Sasha was a little bit low, and he just got swamped by the foam ball. So,
Mez, check it out. We do have Alex Leon with the winner of that last heat. Alex, where you at, brother?
Yeah, thanks, Manny. Down here again with Jeff Hubbard. Let's get a bit of airtime today, Jerry.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff.
Jerry, Jeff, everyone's ripping out here. Yeah, stoked to make that heat and just move into the final day, because that's where it's all happening, man. The final day is going to be unreal. I think we got great conditions, and yeah, that heat was pumping. We had some sick waves, and just trading off waves with your friends, and Nico was getting good ones, and Yuri had that huge air forward, like boom, he had a 9.6, and I was just like, what?
Yeah, that air forward Yuri did was amazing. It's one of the first big ones we've seen on the right.
Yeah, it was the first big air forward, like landed in the hectic situation, it seemed like, and he rode out of it clean. Highest score of the entire contest. Yep. So I was psyched to actually be able to beat him with a couple big scores and big 8s. I knew I had to go big, and I was psyched. Thanks.
Yeah, you love this round where you have to go big to win and sort of get pushed through. Now you're in the quarterfinals. It's a massive jump. You've leapfrogged round 5 and round 6, so we won't see you surf again today, but you're so close to winning this World Championship. Must feel really good.
Yeah, it feels epic just to get through those rounds and be able to come into the final day, just be real fresh, and just looking forward to seeing what happens. And it's gonna be freaking awesome. Just want to say hi to all my family and friends, and thanks, and yeah, love you guys.
That's Jeff Hubbard, just doing what he does. He's on his way to his world title. Let's see if he can get it in the next couple of days. All right, back to you boys in the booth.
Back to the live action. Sasha Specker streaking all the way across that section, but congratulations to Jeff Hubbard, advancing all the way to the quarterfinals after winning his round number 4 heat. So he's on his road to the world champion.
He didn't just win it, man. He dominated it.
You're right.
And he's dominated every heat so far. Alec Morales, local rider, Canary Island boy, in the pit. Can he come out of this one?
Wow, a lot of these waves are getting shut down right now. Oh, my. So perfect time opportunity as Elliot looks for his board, grabs his board, and heads back out. I want to give a shout out to those people who have been, helped us throughout the entire year in 2012. I know I'm going to miss a bunch of people. I'll make that list correct, but there are a few. Steve Action Jackson, I love commentating with this guy. He is a walking bodyboarding encyclopedia, and he's offering his knowledge and everything that he knows about bodyboarding on his Bodyboarding 101 blog spot. So look for him. Bodyboarding 101, you're going to see Steve Action. I think he just surpassed 7,000 viewers or followers. I don't know, but check him out. Terry McKenna has always been doing a great job for us, and we thank you. Juan Santos, one of the best, if not the best, beach commentaries on the planet for bodyboarding events. So Juan Santos, Teza, Steve Action, miss you guys. Check it out. 20 minutes remaining. Dave Winchester. Look at the scores, not too high. I mean, we were already 10 minutes in.
Well, that last heat was on, the waves were pumping, and it's just dropped off, and it's done that all day. We've had a hot heat and then a slow heat. So don't really know why that is, but fortunately for these guys, it's a non-elimination round, so no one will get knocked out in this heat. But you win it, you're through to the quarterfinal, and all the boys know that, so they're still going hard. And so, yeah, Teza Indivenera, Terry McKenna, been around a long time. And he'll still be involved somewhere, I'm sure, in Australia. And yeah, Action Jackson there with all the tips, all the history, the statistician. We got the judges too to thank, Manny. We've got Craig Haddon and all the boys do a thankless task in the box next to us.
And of course, the webcast crew, they are always on it. And Ren, John, Basa, the whole crew. Muchas gracias. Dankeschön. What is Ren? Ren's Austrian?
Don't know.
Ren, I know I'm going to get kicked in the butt for that one, but solid webcast crew. They're doing a fantastic job. Everybody has done a great job. We're winding down the 2012 IBA Grand Slam Series right here at the NMD versus Fronton Pro. Manny V here with Nick Mesritz, a.k.a. Mez. And we have a lot of things up for grabs. We got world title contenders, Jeff Hubbard and Dave Winchester, still going head-to-head, and it's all to Dave Winchester to make the final if he wants to walk away as one step closer to the world title. Plus, a lot of new faces will be joining the 2013 Grand Slam Series. Here we go.
They've got Woody up on this one now, and you think it's more of a dismount than a move itself. So frustration gave up priority for that one.
And look at this. Ryan Hardy, deep, pitted, and one of the first in and out barrels we've seen of this heat. All of them are capable of doing it, but Ryan Hardy found that wave.
He did the cutback. I mean, they don't score that high, the cutback, but that was a power move. He just came out of the barrel. You see him just bam, jams it, throws spray, sheet of spray, and comes back into the pocket. So not a high scoring wave, but a classic move and one I like.
You know what I think is happening? Because Nick Almiron is doing them, Sam Bennett, all these bigger guys, they don't get the opportunity to do these hard carves. Here's another look at Dave Winchester in and out. That's what you call a beautiful exit on the wave. That's what you call the Winnie whip out.
The Fabio flip.
Oh, he's gonna have your.
He's half my size. It's fine.
That's right. So you're still getting out in the water, or what are you doing as far as keeping?
Yeah, we'll watch this wave here from Ryan. So just threads the barrel, comes out nice, and we watch this hack on the face. Small wave, but bang.
Yeah, I love seeing those.
Bit of style
Hardy.
right there.
Mitch Rollins is also one of those. Knows how to lay it on the rail. Those two guys are some of my favorite bodyboarders.
Yeah, I mean, we had a team trip a few years back, and Mitch was on board, and I think it was like the Mitch versus Ben Hackfest. They just come out of Karamis, which is on the east coast of Bali, and it was just firing that day. There was the NMD and VS boys out with the Rip Curl team, Bethany Hamilton, Nathan Hedge. Those guys just going wave for wave, and it was just a hack fest. It was awesome to see, like big gouging, carves on the open face, and they can do that. It's a photo shoot, it's not a contest. So, yep, the old school guys. Ben Severson was always famous for his double-handed carves, and you see Mike at pipe, carve back, spin into the pit, and like I said, you don't get too much for those, but it is a classic move. So we have waiting for that score to drop there from Winnie. I know it was a backflip. There was nothing. Sorry, it was the Hardy wave. So I expect him to be into first place after that one.
I just posted something on our IBA Facebook page, and get up on there and respond to it. I'm covering it up. I don't want Mez to see it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's going to be a surprise. So get on our IBA Facebook page. That's pretty much your gateway, your doorway to talk to us here in the commentators booth. But the live action is coming to you right here from the northwest corner of Gran Canaria. In the middle, pretty much right next to Africa. I don't know how many miles we are.
Yeah, it is Africa. I'm sure someone there with the stats. Maybe Steve Jackson can update us how far we are away. But I asked Sasha Specker this morning how far it was from South Africa to to here. I thought it'd be quite close, but no, it's a 12-hour flight to Madrid.
Oh, that's right.
It is a hard place to get to. I know everyone's flown thousands of miles. We flew from Jakarta to Dubai to Madrid down here, and band player was, Sydney, Bangkok, Dubai, Madrid.
My.
So, how about you, Manny? You or what?
I think, I went from LAX to New York to Madrid right here. Madrid to here is about a 2 hour.
It's easy, 2.5, yeah.
Yeah, that 2 hour and a half flight is nothing after sitting on the plane for, 6-7 hours. But what I did write on the Facebook page is, Mez, should Mez write a book? If so, what would you pay? I'm not going to let that one down. You're sitting on a ton of history. And if we're ever going to get movies, documentaries, or anything going, directors and everybody need to see the history. So you.
Well, yeah, I mean, the sport's still young. I was just talking to Greg Taylor before, and as Elliot Morales takes off on this one, smaller wave, nice roll, lands in the white, foamy, coming through, looking for a section, not happening.
Well, you do say bodyboarding is young. Bodyboarding essentially is about 41 years old, and that's pretty much as old as I am. So essentially, you're calling me young. Thank you.
Yeah, well, as a sport, it is young. As Sasha here goes through a backdoor section,
nice.
Comes out with a spit, little carve to spin. Didn't really happen for him on the carve to spin, but the wave was over, so it was irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, in the terms of, let's say, if you look at sports like cricket or rugby or basketball or whatever, I mean, they're hundreds of years old. Probably not so much basketball, but a long history there, and we're sort of at a formative stage. Elliot's wave here on replay. Eyes a section, nice roll, eyes a landing, soft one. Looks, it's going to do something here, but it doesn't do it, so he humps that out of there. Yeah, so, I mean, let's say the first 15 years, that's just formation, like it's just what goes on before we start to form a sport. Tom Moray invented the bodyboard, and then we figured out what to do with it for the next 10 years.
Well, Sasha Specker knows what to do with that board right there, sliding in and out of the barrel, and comes out clean with a nice little carve. But all these things you're saying to me, Mez, right now, it sounds like excuses.
No, it's not excuses, Matty. Yeah, I think the sport's going to boom in the next few years. In terms of numbers, there's some exciting things happening with the IBA. These web feeds, as Elliot Morales goes again.
Oh, backflip. Elliot Morales on the inside. Looks like the shade has come in. Elliot Morales looking to shine and get out of this heat on top, but right now Ryan Hardy's holding that first place position.
Lots of small scores here, Matty. We've got Elliot's wave here on replay as he just does a nice backflip, eyes the landing, sticks it, comes around quick. And we see that, say, compared to Jake Stone's wave in a previous heat where he was trying to hold on to it and he was riding backwards and eventually came around, but it wasn't smooth. Whereas Elliot there sticks the landing, comes around and keeps going. So we watch that again.
Different angle.
Landing there, bang, straight around into the next section. And that's the difference between sticking the landing and making it, but not completing the, continuing on the wave.
I just got word we're about 200 kilometers away from Morocco, the coast of Morocco. Look at Sasha throwing his flip into the mix right here. Once the waves start coming in, wave exchange is going to be intense. Right there, Sasha Specker laying it down. He has two low-scoring waves, a 1.48 and a 4.55. So that will definitely eliminate that 1.48. Here's another look at the wave exchange. Here's Sasha Specker.
Well, these are the inside waves, Manny, because Winnie's got priority at the back. So Sasha's paddling back out. He's just caught a wave. He comes in and sees a little sneaky one. So the guys have been doing that. They've been taking the inside ones soon after a wave because they know that they're not going to change priority. And maybe by the time they paddle back out, the guy in priority would have got his wave. So throwing those little scores in there. And as we've seen before, you can get fives with those, as I expect from Sasha on that wave. And that might put him up into first place. So Winnie's probably in first priority. We've got Hardy in second priority.
Lily Pollard, one of my favorite bodyboarders from Australia, actually said Kira Llewellyn should write a book.
Yeah. She's like, 6 or 7 times world champion?
Oh, man, it would be amazing. I would definitely buy that book if she didn't leave anything out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Kira's world titles were mainly at the World Games before it was, say, a tour,
She did, yeah, but she did have one, and that was in 2005 as a world champion.
A world champion, tour champion. Yeah. So, but I think when the female side of the sport it was regarded more so maybe on the ISA game side of things. I know
Yep.
I know she has 4 or 5 world titles. Sure, Lily can tell us exactly how many she has, but yeah, I mean, Kira would have a lot of things to tell,
Yeah, there's a ton of stories. You know what? Any one of these bodyboarders at their level will have a ton of stories. You know what? I'm going to leave it at this. If you can write a book.
Yeah, well, I think, I'll keep going on it because to defend myself as Sasha. But I think what I'm trying to say is that, my part's probably interesting, as is a lot of the guys. But that with, say, stuff from Kira, stuff with Mike, a more so a sport-based of the whole sport, would probably more of an interesting read. So I'm sure a collaboration there could make an interesting thing. I'd say the first 50 years of the sport. So, yeah, well, the first board was what, 71?
71.
71. So we are what, 40, 42, 43 years. So
41.
41 years.
It was the year I was born, 71. I'm 41. The peanut gallery looking on to see if anything is coming in. Here's another look. You see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of faces that you should know.
Well, that's Imanol Arizabalaga there, the head honcho of NAPCO that does NMD versus and Pride. Jeremy Arnaud there, who's a local French rider. Dan Savess with a black hat on. He's the shaper for Pride and a lot of other brands, doing some rubbish collection. Jonathan Vega there from Canary Islands. We've got the Blue Lagoon guy, the doppelganger. Nick Omerod in the background. He was in Blue Lagoon, dude. You got to see the movie.
Oh,
and who's the guy with the carved up arm, the Aussie guy? He got ripped to shreds out there this morning. He's got blood.
Right.
He's oozing blood on all the chairs.
Elliot Butler
Yeah.
just charging this morning in some of the low tide waves that were coming in, and unfortunately the reef got the better of him. Look at this, not a very high scoring heat. Again, Mother Nature taking a break during this heat. Dave Winchester, again, lucky this is not an elimination heat. It is a non-elimination heat. He is currently sitting in that 4th place spot. 3rd and 4th, it go to round 5. 2nd place, round 6. And if you win your heat in this round, round number 4, you go straight to the quarterfinals. So winning this heat is a huge factor.
Split peak, Manny.
Here we go. Dave Winchester finding all the speedy count. Big invert right there. Lands back into the pocket. And he just gets eaten up by that inside barrel. But a big, clean invert from Dave Winchester.
And Dave Winchester's been waiting out there for that set wave for ages as Sasha Specker smacks an invert off that one. So Dave's strategy has been to wait for the set wave.
Paddle battle may be starting right now. Look at this. Sasha Specker, Dave Winchester. It's all about the priority game now. Sasha Specker, Dave Winchester. It's about who will be getting to the outside first. Whoever makes it to the outside first will be in 2nd priority behind Ryan Hardy, who is looking at that. Specs, is he going to make it? Or did he just, I think he was just too far inside. He wasn't going to be able to beat Dave Winchester out because he's closer to the wave, and the waves are going to be pushing him back further. But a great effort from Sasha Specker.
Well, Specs has been swimming all morning, so he's probably knackered too, the poor bugger.
Right.
So he's been working, when he's been kicking it back up in the competitors area, and we've had Sasha surfing heats, taking photos, up and down the cliff here, out round the back around again, up the cliff, puts on his contest rashi and paddles out for a heat. So not taking anything away from Winnie. Winnie's an athlete, but Sasha maybe is starting to feel the pinch there on that one. And yeah, so Dave Winchester, I was hinted on before, he's been waiting out the back for the set waves to to join that 4.88, and that was the wave to do it. But he stuck the invert, but it just went straight into the pit and got sucked over. So look to see what that scores. Well, they've scored that at 7.25, Manny.
7.25 for Dave Winchester. That puts him straight in that 1st place position. So,
and he goes winning for one of these inside waves we're talking about, Manny. A smaller wave. See what's on offer. He's stolen at the takeoff. He's laughing at it. Doesn't think much of that one. Yeah, so that was surprising, Manny. It was an invert, a good invert, made the landing, but then he got swamped by the wave itself. So it goes to show the judges are judging on the conditions of this heat.
If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, this is Manny V with Nick Mesritz, a.k.a. Mez. He's been shaping bodyboards, I guess, from day one.
Yeah, 16, I think. I rocked into the factory to sweep the floors. So 39 now. My math is terrible. So it's I know it's more than half my life. So only job I've ever had. As Sasha Specker takes off here, double hands that one, kicks out. So we said before, Manny, the last heat was pumping, and now it's just gone. It's got a bit of a yo-yo zozo not happening today. So it's done that all day, all morning.
Uh-oh. Look at Sasha turns around on this thing. Can it shape up for him? Oh, no. That wave just sweeping across the reef, and he looked like he saw a section that he can, do a big move off of, but it pretty much just disappeared on him.
Well, this heat's just kicked and spurted, and it's 3 minutes left, so
yeah,
don't know what really happened to it. Nothing really coming through, which is reflected in the scores. Apart from Winnie's 7.25, we're looking at 4s and 5s. So, and Ryan Hardy's got a 6.05. So Hardy can jump, leapfrog everyone with a good scoring wave.
A 6.09 is what Hardy needs to get into that first place spot. And
there he goes.
Here we go, Ryan Hardy. Can he do it? A 6.09. Oh, no. You know what? Yeah, the conditions are not as pretty as we've seen earlier today. There is a little bit more wind in this afternoon. Here on the west.
Yeah, the wind's picked up a bit. The wind changes around. We're on a point, a headland here, and it's open to the conditions, and the wind will switch around, and the tide plays such a massive part because the boys are surfing on like basically a arrowhead reef out there. So you'll see some waves break totally different directions to previous waves as Winnie takes off on this inside one. This is the invert. Sticks to landing, nearly loses it here. You watch. He bounces, bang. So he makes it, and he goes right in the barrel, and it's all over. So
that was Dave Winchester's 7.25 wave, the highest score so far in this heat. So a quick look at what has gone down so far, but it was Dave Winchester's 7.25 wave that put him into that first place spot. Looks like there could be some action out the back.
Well, Elliot Morales looking at this one. He has priority.
Oh, my. Look at this thing shaping up for him. Elliot Morales, bottom turning, comes around the section straight off the bottom. Nice roll. Is he going to have another opportunity for another maneuver? Yes. And here he does another roll. But I'm telling you, where these guys are pulling off these maneuvers, they're pretty close to the cliff and on the shallow reef. And now he's got to deal with this thing coming on.
Let's see Hardy there kicking.
Oh, my. Turning around, taking a look with priority. Dave Winchester, here we go.
Dave Winchester on off the section. Here, what's he going to do? Nice invert.
Oh.
Sticks to landing, and the wave is going to milk the inside, maybe for a little roll. Yep. Oh, nice invert there.
A little pop air
pop
right
off
there.
the back.
Oh,
Ryan.
Ryan Hardy getting unglued. I don't know what happened out there, but I'm guessing he was paddling back out, decided to go, but he's getting out there as fast as possible. The priority system is a crucial aspect, a piece of the game in these last few minutes. Here's another look at Dave Winchester.
Hits the lip. Nice projection. Bounces the landing again, so it must be bumpy out there. Tries to milk it through to the inside. And maybe a roll would have been better here, because if he had stuck that, it would have added to the wave score, but that's really off the back. So
yeah.
But if you got 7.25 for that last one, you probably expect up around 7.5 at least for that. We're in the last minute now, as we count down, we've got Ryan Hardy in last place and Sasha Specker and White in second last place. And they're the two guys that are out there. So they're praying for a lump.
Again, this is a non-elimination round, 30 seconds remaining. And the winner will go straight to the quarters. Second will go into round number 6. Third and fourth, they're going to face off in a man-and-man situation in round number 5. And we will start round number 5 after the next heat, which has Johan Florentine, PLC, Ben Player, and Jason Finlay.
His heats are stacked, Manny.
Unbelievable.
I mean, if it wasn't elimination, there'd be some tears because, we're seeing all the top guys in these heats now as we get to the business end of the contest. The set's coming up here. Sasha's in position.
Here we go. Sasha Specker, the South African, slides under the pocket. Oh, and is able to pull off an ARS right there at the very last, but that is it. The horn has sounded. That is the end of heat.